Negative gatekeeping typically refers to the type of behaviour that's bullying, I suppose you could put it. It refers to behaviours or attitude that restrict access or participation in a particular community or situation based arbitrary or negative criteria. This can manifest in various ways, often creating an exclusive or hostile environment that discourages others from engaging or feeling welcome. Now, here's the breakdown of the concept. Yeah, you can see where I'm going with this in a bit. The definition of negative gatekeeping: exclusionary practices. Like negative gatekeeping involves setting up barriers that prevent individuals from participating based on superficial judgment, stereotypes, or unfounded evaluations. This is often seen in communities that claim to be inclusive but become cliquish or elitist. The judgment and criticism of individuals or groups may engage in negative gatekeeping by criticizing others or others for their choices, experiences, or identities, thereby implying that only certain types of people belong or have a valid opinion. Enforcement of the norms: those who gatekeep negatively may have established rigid norms about how members should behave or what they should believe, punishing those who diverge from the established mold. Examples of negative gatekeeping on online communities. So in online forums or social media groups, members might dismiss newcomers for lacking a certain level of knowledge about a topic or making them feel unwelcome. Social groups in social circles, individuals may express dissatisfaction for those who don't meet specific standards of behavior, style, or interests, isolating those who feel they don't belong. Workplaces. So gatekeeping can occur when experienced employees undermine new hires based on preconceived notions about their backgrounds or qualifications. You've got creative fields. So, for example, if an artist or writer or creator may face negative gatekeeping when establishing when establishing themselves in the field, individuals reject new voices of innovation, ideas in favor out of traditional methods or recognized figures. And that happens to me quite a lot with what I do and how I work. I get negative gatekeeping. Imagine you take negative gatekeeping in a social environment, and then you put that in the context of a child, non-residing parent. So you can put that into what happens at home. So put that negative gatekeeping into a family environment. So in that context, when you've got negative gatekeeping in the context of the child and the non-residing parent or a family environment, that's often referred to as sort of non-custodial parent, non-residing parent. Typically involves behaviours that restrict or inhibit the non-residing parent's access to their child or undermine their relationship with the child. This can have a significant emotional development on the implications for both the child and the parent. Now, if you look closer at this, negative gatekeeping in the parent and child relationships. For me, the definition of that is going to be negative gatekeeping occurs when a custodial parent, the parent with whom the child primarily resides, intentionally or unintentionally creates barriers to prevent the non-residing parent from having a meaningful relationship with their child. This can involve discouraging contact, influencing the child's perception of the non-residing parent, or creating obstacles to visitations. Now, there's examples of negative gatekeeping and discouraging contact, obviously. The custodial parent may express negative feeling about the non-residing parent in front of the child, such as speaking poorly of them or emphasizing their faults, which can impact the child's relationship and attachment to that parent. And by that, it could be when you hand the phone over, it's your dad on the phone. She can call him a bastard without actually calling him a bastard. Take the phone, it's him. That's what she's doing. She's not calling them any bad words, but she's behaving that way. She gives them the impression. Limiting communication, refusing to answer phone calls, responding late to text messages, or not facilitating video chats can inhibit the non-residing parent's ability to maintain regular communication with the child. Withholding access, the custodial parent may deny visitations or create excuses to prevent the non-residing parent from spending time with the child, even when the parent's an agreement allows for that specific visitation. If you've got a court order in place, it allows that to happen. That's when it's going to happen, and it should happen. But then she's not letting it happen, so she's breaking the rules. Manipulating schedules, so purposely scheduling activities, appointments, or events that conflict with the non-residing parent's visitation time, making it challenging for the parent to see the child. Influencing the child's perception. A custodial parent might encourage the child to feel negative emotions towards the non-residing parent, installing a sense of loyalty, and that disrupts the child's natural desire to connect with both parents, creating a climate of fear or guilt. The custodial parent might imply that the child will hurt them just by wanting to spend time with or communicate with the non-residing parent. Manipulating the child's emotions against having a relationship with the other parent. The impacts on the child and the non-residing parent are huge, obviously. The emotional and psychological effects, well, I don't think there's enough research that can carry it at the moment, but it impacts conflicted loyalties for the child, for sure. Children may experience confusion, guilt, as they feel torn between the parents, leading to stress and anxiety for the child. That's something I see happening with my daughter now. She's been having to put up with it for so long, but she's still not getting the freedom that she needs. Attachment issues. Limited contact with one parent can impair the child's ability to have a healthy attachment and relationship with both parents in the future. Again, I'm seeing this. Yes, this is my experience. This is something that I can say definitely happens, and it's not just with me. I can see it happening to other people too. Decreased self-esteem. A child may internalize negative messages about the non-residing parent, leading to diminished self-worth and developing negative beliefs about themselves. So the parent hates me. My ex hates me. Therefore, she hates my daughter. That's how my daughter is internalizing this. Does my ex care? No. For the non-residing parent, feelings of alienation, the non-residing parent may feel rejected, helpless, or frustrated, which can lead to emotional distress and depression. If I didn't have this job, if I wasn't helping other people, and I spent time focusing on that, it would do my head in. Difficulty in maintaining bonds. Without regular contact, it becomes challenging for the non-residing parent to foster a meaningful relationship with the child, impacting the parenting role. Again, I've had to work really hard to make sure that I'm involved with my daughter's life, and I'm involved with, even now still, where she doesn't want me to be involved, but I am, because I have to be. If you can address the negative gatekeeping, to mitigate the effects of negative gatekeeping, both parents must focus on the child's well-being, both parents, and promote a cooperative co-parenting relationship, both parents. Strategies for open communication, foster open lines of communication between both parents, to discuss any concerns regarding the child's welfare, visitation arrangements, both parents. Co-parenting counselling. Engage in co-parenting counselling. Yes, there is such a thing. Or mediation to address issues and improve collaboration in parenting decisions. Both parents. Child-centered focus. Prioritise on the child's needs, not your needs, not what you want, not what you feel, what the child needs. And that means you have to sacrifice what you have to sacrifice for your child. Prioritise the child's needs and emotional stability by encouraging a positive relationship with both parents. Both parents. This can include developing a parenting plan that allows regular communication and visitation with both parents. Educating parents. Now, this is a big thing. So if you've got one parent that wants to learn and the second parent doesn't want to learn because they think they're right all the time, this is where you're going to have the problems. Encourage both parents to recognise the negative effects of negative gatekeeping and behaviours. Promote behaviours that of mutual respect and understanding for each parent's role in the child's life. Ultimately, negative gatekeeping can have a long-lasting effect on the relationship between the child and the non-residing parent. Recognising and addressing this is crucial. So is fostering a healthy family dynamic. But you can't do that if both parents want you to do it and want to get involved with it. And if you can't do it, if one parent wants to do it and one parent can see the issue, but the other parent, the residing parent, doesn't want to see the issue because they've told too many porky pies and they can't go back on their word, then that's something that how do you get through that? You can't. So you need to try and communicate, draw a line in the sand. But if the other parent doesn't want to do that, it's very difficult. So you have to maintain a relationship with your child the best way you can, and you have to parent from a distance the best way you can. You have to respect your child as they get older, respect their boundaries. But negative gatekeeping is what's happening, and it's not so well known. Because when the parent then, when the child gets spoken to by a CAFCAS or a professional, and they say, "Does your mummy say anything bad about daddy?" No, she doesn't. Doesn't say anything bad about daddy. The child's not lying. but she's not telling the truth, because it's what the child is feeling and how the psychology that the mother is using. That's the issue. And that's what I want to say. That's how it works. Hope this helps. Until next time, I've been Jason. You've been great. And I'll see you soon.